Hey everybody, it's Professor Hatch. I am here to talk about the reflection essay prompt. This is going to be a slightly different essay than what you've written so far this semester. Let me share my screen and we will look at the prompt. So, as you can see here, well, just read it. Um, so, unconscious bias shapes our perceptions, behaviors, and decisions, but without a little self-examination, it's incredibly difficult to understand how our perceptions, behaviors, and decisions are shaped. For this essay, you are being asked to write no less than 1,000 words reflecting on your own biases or biases. I can never remember how that's pronounced. And we'll go into more detail about that below. Why it's important to understand them and how knowing what they are can help you be more successful in pursuing your goals. Um, So please note, everyone has bias. There's no escaping this. To have bias is not a bad thing. It's also not a good thing. It's just how humans work. Anyone who's had a bad experience with the police or a teacher or a doctor is likely to have some residual bias toward other people in those professions. And yep, I apologize, but I am going to make you watch me edit this. Is likely to have residual bias. Blah, 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 blah. Good Lord, there it is. Against. I know that seems like a minor thing, but English teacher. Okay, so anyone who's had a negative experience with a cop, a doctor, a teacher, they're likely to have some residual bias against other people in those professions. This is a natural thing. It's when we allow our biases, I'm going to say, knowingly or unknowingly, to determine how we interact with other people, that problems begin to arise. And if you would just want to test this out, just go on any social media platform and make a strong political stance or take a strong political stance about any controversial issue. Um, I don't know. There's all kinds of, as I am recording this video, riots are going on in Los Angeles protesting ICE. And of course, our lovely president has called out the National Guard. Less said the better about that. Anyway, this is a essay video. So but like if I wanted to go on Instagram and I don't know, say something like ICE should be abolished, or if I went on Instagram and said something to the effect of President Trump's doing a great job, which I 1,000% do not believe. But if I said that, I would be opening myself up to all kinds of attack from whichever group of people disagreed with me most. And the responses I would get would perhaps be on the rational side, but from personal experience, I think we all know that the vast majority of replies you're going to get are personal attacks, emotional responses, calling you an idiot, that kind of thing. Um, so, and that's because people have these biases against the people or the things they disagree with. And again, it's okay to disagree with people. It's not okay to just like make personal attacks because you disagree with the statement they made. In fact, why are you even just why would anyone even engage on social media? But whatever, they do. All right. So anyway, the procedure, the actual writing of this essay is going to be like every other essay you've written for this class, but there's some preliminary work you need to do before beginning. First, I want you to take the Harvard implicit bias test, which you can do with this link, which I am going to open up in another tab. Um, you will see down here at the bottom, you have to click I wish to proceed. If you want to read all this, by all means, knock yourself out. I did. Um, you'll see here that there are all kinds of tests. I believe there's 18 different tests. I took, where's the one I took earlier today? It was a weapons thing. Is it really not here anymore? Oh, no, here it is. Weapons, IAT, the bottom one. So it was a weapons thing, and I'm not going to make you watch me take the test. You can do this for yourself. It's pretty simple. It only took me about 5, 6 minutes going back over here to the assignment. But so I'll just say this about the results of my test, which I was not thrilled with. I'm completely I'm very white. My family is Irish, half Irish and half, I don't know, Vikings, wherever the Vikings come from. Um, I consider myself a very liberal person. Actually, I don't consider myself a liberal at all. I consider myself a leftist, very progressive. I believe in tolerance and acceptance. I have friends from all different ethnic backgrounds. I have friends who are gay. I have friends who are trans. I am very accepting consciously. But when I took this test, it told me that I had a strong association with harmless objects like car keys or whatever with white people, and that I had a strong association with harmful objects like guns or knives with black people, which doesn't say anything flattering about who I am. But that's the thing. Uh, those results don't make me a bad person. What they do is reveal the bias that exists within me. And that bias, by the way, almost certainly exists because I'm a 56-year-old man who grew up in a very white world. There were no TV shows, almost no TV shows when I was a kid. There might have been two featuring people of color, and the rest of them, maybe three, and the rest of the TV shows were all white people. I grew up in the came of age in the 70s and 80s. It was a very white dominant media culture at that point in time, um, and my family is very conservative and frankly a bit racist, or they were. Most of them are gone now. Um, but so I've got whatever programming, whatever crap programming in my head from when I was younger, and consciously I resist it, but subconsciously these biases exist. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Um, really was not happy with that. But the whole point is that it doesn't make you a bad person if you have bias. Again, everyone does. When I was a kid, I was scared to death by a bunch of drunk ass Hells Angels. And to this day, when I see a group of bikers hanging out, I don't hang out anywhere near them. Um, Almost 100% of the time, the bikers I might see are just like, people who work for the phone company or whatever they do, and they're just riding their bike and it's the weekend. But in my head, I've still got this like thing from when I was 5. It was like this big, scary, loud, drunk, obnoxious dorks. And that's not fair. And I absolutely don't treat bikers like they're bad people, but that bias exists and it's a bias I'm aware of. I was not aware of the bias I had that I just talked about until taking this test. So I want you to take actually 3 of those tests. Just choose any of those 3 tests and take them. That should take you between 15 and 20 minutes total, maybe half an hour. You only have to write about 1 of those tests, but take 3 of them, write about, and choose whichever one you want to write about in this essay. So, um, what did the test results say? And did the results surprise you? Okay, and that's just all of this is just the thought exercise. And then when you're done with those first 2 parts, now we actually get into the part where you're going to write an essay. So you're going to answer the following questions as you write your essay. What were your biases? Why is it important to know your biases? How can you use this information about yourself to be more successful in life? Those are the 3 questions, which, should mean you should automatically at this point understand that you're going to write a body paragraph about what your biases were, a body paragraph about why it's important to know your biases, and a body paragraph about how you can use that information about yourself to be more successful. And then uh, I also want you to find 3 sources that support all of the ideas you're talking about. And that will be a little bit harder. It's very easy to write about ourselves. So the work I'm asking you to do then is do a little bit of research. You can just use reliable journalism sources. Um, but yeah, find 3 sources that support the ideas that you're talking about in these 3 body paragraphs. Once again, the English, I got to actually change that name, but it's the English C1000. We just changed it this summer. It's so stupid. Anyway, you'll have the student essay template here if you want to use it. Um, let's look at the requirements real quick. 1,000 words minimum, 1,500 words max, works cited page, 3 sources, all of which must come from reliable journalism sources. Click on that link if you're curious what that means, but the basics of it are, I don't care, like if it's Fox News and it's not from the opinion part of Fox News, then that's a reliable journalism source. Um, but what I don't want is like any, I don't know, like Occupy Democrats or being Democrat. I can't remember what all the stupid things are. All the right wing and all the left wing propaganda websites are crap. Any articles on those websites are unusable dog crap. Avoid them. Also, if you are looking at an article that's like 10 reasons why, I don't know, implicit bias is no big deal. No good article is going to be a list like that. That's junk. Don't use that crap. And if you have questions after looking at the reliable journalism sources page, then obviously text me on or mine. Moving on. Intro paragraph needs to state specifically which test you took. The essay must answer the 3 questions asked in the procedure section. And the rest of this is all standard crap. College level, grammar, spelling, and punctuation, MLA formatting, blah 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 blah. And when you're submitting the essay, well, the rest of this, it's the same as the other essays. I don't need to go into it. No block quotes. Um, and I already, just looking at this, see 3 other things I need to edit before I publish this. So that's what I'm asking you to do. Take 3 of those tests at Harvard's implicit bias test website. The link is in the assignment. And then answer those questions and then find some sources that talk about what you're talking about as you write your responses to those questions. And I think that's all you need for this video. So I'm going to shut up. I'll see you in the outline video. Bye.